Welcome back for this Tuesday evening. This is Ozarks Tonight as always, and I'm David Oliver. Glad you're here. We're going to begin a new monthly segment here on Ozarks Tonight to let you know about the cool things that are happening locally at the Springfield Art Museum. To kick things off, we've invited in the curator of art for the Springfield Art Museum. This is Sarah Burr. Sarah, thank you for coming in.
Great, thanks for having me.
We're happy to have you guys and get the word out about some of the things happening over at the Art Museum. Tell us, first of all, what the Watercolor USA is all about.
Well, Watercolor USA is our annual exhibition that we've been holding since 1962.
Okay.
So this is the 58th year, and it happens every summer. It's a juried exhibition of American watercolor. So contemporary artists working in watercolor from across the country enter each year, and then we have a different jury that selects their work.
So this is work you're going to see that's from all over the country,
All over the country. We almost every year we get close to reaching artists from all 50 states.
Okay.
This year I think there's 45 states that are represented in the exhibition.
And this is work that you have that's going to be on display. It's not going to be permanent, obviously.
No,
it's just here for a short time.
Yep, every summer. It always opens in June, and this year it'll be up through September 1st.
Do we have any watercolor artists locally?
We do, absolutely. Some of the artists in this year are local. Alicia Ferris and John Short are both local. We have some previous artists, like Bill Armstrong was a local watercolorist. He's now deceased, but we have an award named after him, and he was around for a long time.
Okay. You know, my son had a field trip to the Art Museum several years ago that I chaperoned, and I don't think a lot of people know about the cool things you guys have to showcase over there. I mean, we know it's there, but...
Yeah, more people are knowing because we had record-breaking attendance this year.
Okay, well, that's good news.
So 63,000 people knew this year.
You have a new acquisition, the Nick Cave sound suit, and I know we had a little story on the news about this. Tell us about the Nick Cave sound suit, what that is.
So his sound suits are literally sculptural garments that Nick Cave, he's based in Chicago, but he's originally from Fulton, Missouri.
Okay.
They're made of all kinds of found materials. So this particular one that we're excited about that's going to stay in Springfield is made out of sock monkeys and yarn. And he originally started making them in the 90s as a reaction to the Rodney King beating. They're really fun, they're really exciting to look at, but they also kind of contain some deeper messaging about ways to protect the body, ways to create a garment that can make it hard for people to judge who you are based on your color or your sexual orientation or your gender. So there's a lot of different things we can talk about with this sound suit, and it's been on view since April, but this particular one will stay with us so we can continue to share it with our community.
Yeah, I know you all had some insurance money from one of the Warhol paintings that was stolen, so you used some of the proceeds from that to help purchase and make this acquisition, right?
We did, absolutely. All of those funds that we received are restricted to help us purchase more art, since what was lost was art.
Sure.
And Nick Cave is one of the most famous contemporary artists working out there right now, and is also based out of, or originally from Missouri, which is exciting for us. So he's a Midwest-based artist.
Sure. What's the early reaction that people are having to the sound suit as they see it?
People have been very excited. I know for a fact we've had people walk in and go, wow, oh my gosh, you know, it's sort of a visceral reaction. A lot of people have come back multiple times to look at them, and I think they've had a pretty positive reaction.
You mentioned some of the insurance money from the piece that was stolen. Is there money left to buy some more art, I guess?
There is.
Okay.
Yes, there is. And
it'll be coming down the road.
It'll be coming down the road. We're being pretty strategic about it so we can try to bring some really great pieces to the collection.
Tell us about the new sculpture installation coming later this season at Phelps Grove Park. What's that about?
Yes, we're working with an artist named Sean Bitters, who's based out of Kansas City. And he was also featured in the museum last year in our 4x4 exhibit. And he's created this large installation. They're sort of screen printed rocks on aluminum.
Okay,
and
that's interesting.
There's 30 of them, and each rock stands for a letter, so it's sort of a narrative, so you can literally read the landscape by walking through. And since there's 30 of them, we thought it'd be great to partner with Phelps Grove since it's right next door, and we're working with the Parks Department. So July 19th, weather permitting, it will start on the museum grounds, and it will work all the way through Phelps Grove in different sort of locations through the park. Kind
of an interactive learning experience, if you will.
It is, it is. If you take the whole journey, you can kind of decode it and find out what it says. It's called Burnout, which is a reference to some of how fire can be a natural needed thing in the environment, especially with the prairies or things like that. And then the actual letters spell out a narrative that you can. I'm not going to tell you what it says. You have to do it
You don't
yourself.
want to give us an exclusive here?
No, I don't want to give you an exclusive.
So how long will that be here for?
It will be up for a year.
For a year?
Yeah.
So even the winter months, you can go out
Even
there
in
and
the winter
check it
months,
out.
you can go out and check it out.
Why do you think your attendance has gone up? You mentioned you got some record-breaking numbers recently.
Part of it is our outreach. We have brought in thousands of more school children through tours through our education department. Part of it is different groups that we're partnering with, like partnering with the parks, partnering with different organizations in Springfield, like Ozark Greenways and the school system, of course. Part of it is our rentals. We do have rentals now. We rent our auditorium. And then I think our exhibitions are even more exciting. We have great marketing efforts now, which we didn't used to have marketing.
Sure.
So I think it's kind of a combination of all of that.
And doing things just like this, right?
Yes, exactly.
Getting the word out.
Yeah.
So if people would like more information about what's happening over there at the Springfield Art Museum, what's the website? How can they get the information?
It's sgfmuseum.org.
Okay, Sarah Burr, the curator of art for the Springfield Art Museum. Thanks for letting us know, and we'll have you all back in next month and learn more about what's happening at the Art Museum.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, more Ozarks Tonight after this quick break.